YouTube channel. My name is Zuliti Kwana and welcome to our world. Why did I start this channel? Okay, the reason why I started this channel, if I'm being honest, is because I wanted to create a space for me where I can literally just speak my mind. And when I say speak my mind, I literally mean speak my mind. Whatever I'm thinking currently at the time or whenever, I just want to just film it and then put it in a place or share it in a place where I feel like it's either I'm the only one seeing it or other people. But I just wanted to create a space for me where I can just share my creative ideas, share my inner thoughts, what I feel like people, but okay, if I'm being honest, what I feel like people will critically think, and also challenge their intelligence, if I'm being honest, because I like doing it. Like, I like challenging people so that I can see what type of mind you have. So yeah, that's why I'm creating this channel. And also, if I'm being honest, I'm creating this channel so that I'm able to look back in whatever time frame that I look back at it and be like, I did that. Okay, yeah, you know, I did it. Skeptical, but regardless, I did it because I wanted to do it, because I wanted to create that for myself. So yeah, that's why I did. And also, if I'm not okay, to add on there is that I just wanted to share how I see or how I view the world through my lens. Not okay, yeah, but yeah, that's why I started. So yeah. The next question: what type of person am I? Well, the best way I like to describe myself, it's either I'm a flower, I'm an onion, or I'm water. Okay, the reason why I'm saying I'm a flower, okay, if I'm gonna be specific on the flower that I want, I'm basically always like refer myself as it would be a rose, because a rose has so many layers. I also have so many layers. If you didn't know, I'm a Gemini sign, so yeah. So like I have so many like I can't say I have so many personalities, because I don't have so many personalities. What I will say is I have various aspects of myself where I choose. Okay, growing up, the real reason why I say that is growing up I always had like different talents for different people. So I feel like that's why I call myself a rose, because I have a different type of layers. And when you discover all my layers, you get to see, okay, my beauty. Okay, if I'm gonna be specific, my beauty you see it first hand. Okay, that's the first thing you see. Pretty face. Okay, but in the context of it being a rose, is like once you get to know me deeply and understand who I am, you get to see my beauty and how I see things. An onion is why I say an onion then is because, well, I have so many layers, and you cut me and you get too emotional, because I am an emotionally compassionate like words are running up my mind now. Pure, abundant love, and I have empathy. So like you will like some of the things that I probably will share at some point, because whenever I talk I always refer back to myself, because it only makes sense to do that, because then people will understand things more clearly and be able to, understand it and how I get it. So yeah, sometimes they are emotional, sometimes they are crazy, sometimes they're entertaining, but yeah, you will shed a tear at some point. You will, I guarantee you. So yeah, that's the type of person I am. And when I say water goes through so many like parts of earth. Okay, they come in different forms. So that's why, and one thing also, the reason why I always refer myself as a water is because you cannot really niche me. I mean, if I'm being honest, and I hate people that like niche me with certain things. Like, I will evolve. That's the part. That's a part of being a human, that we change continuously, so that you know. Okay, two things that I think my community should know about me. My intentions and my okay. I would say, okay, my interest. Oh, I like being around nature. I really do. I like being around nature because it's grounding. Another thing, please know, I am not a Christian. Like, I'm not. I needed to disclaim that, please. I am not. And if you are a Christian, please, you, by all means, you have the chance and the right to exit my life. Like, no one is stopping no one. But I am not a Christian. Only reason why I'm not a Christian. And crazy enough, I grew up in a family where they're very religious. I'm very much dipped on like African spirituality and understanding spirituality as a whole. I can't be a Christian, and the reason why I was a Christian until a certain point of my life. I think until 6 years back, I was a Christian. But then after like 2019, 2020, I think 2020, that's when my interest picked, and I constantly wanted to understand so much about Christianity. Because one thing about it is that I always had a question, and then when you have questions about a religion, people tend to feel like maybe you're not a believer enough, and that's not the case. So with Christianity, I got curious and I learned and I understood some of the things, how it was introduced and what the intention of it was. And I don't like it because my ancestors had to endure that pain because of them being themselves. So I had to cut my cord with that religion and go back to my African roots, if I'm being honest with you. Another thing that I want people to know about me, what else? Okay, let me say my ex, if I'm being honest. My ex is... What are my eggs? Oh Lord, hey. Which one? This one is really random. It's not random. But I hate being seen in public with a man. Like, I hate being seen in public with a man. Like, it doesn't give me anxiety. It does not. Like, it does not give me anxiety. It's just that it's embarrassing for me. Like, ooh, I get embarrassed, especially when it's a person that I am interested, like I like, and then I'm getting embarrassed when I'm seen with that person. Like I am cringe. Yeah. Another thing that I want people to know. What are the things that I want to say? If I'm being honest, I should have wrote these things down so that I remember, but I'm not doing no shit. It's okay. What else? Wow, I'm gonna move on because I am forgetting what I'm supposed to be saying. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. No, not yet. Okay. My goal, honestly, if I'm being honest, my goal is just to create. You know, like I want to tap into my divine, like to my feminine divine energy by creating, because I am source of creation. So I am a generator of creation and creating. So I want to tap into that more. Also, like I also wanted to like I don't want to have great ideas. One thing about me, I have lived so much, and I'm not in my head creating scenarios, creating milestones in my head. Now it's time for me to just put them out there and see what happens. Not besides that, and also just enjoying sharing myself and sharing what I have to say. Also, I just want to see myself. Like one of the number one point is me being able to say, there's a period in my life where I was like, you know what, living in the moment. When I say living in the moment, because I get to, I would get to share, like, and guys, like, no, oh yes, no, I know, it's not that I don't know, I literally know. I can't say that. I'm a person that's very intentional with what they say now. I'm minding what I say, because as much as it's just like I'm just saying it, I want to make sure I say something that is going to uplift me as a being and me as a spiritual person. So yeah, and also another thing I wanted to, more than anything, I want to be able to look back and be like, oh my god, I've grown in terms of mentally, spiritually, and physically as a person. I'm telling you. So, another thing that I wanted to share. But back to the point of me saying that I don't want to be niched. Like literally, that's one of my ex is being, going back to my ex. One of my ex, if I'm being honest, is me being boxed in one, like in a like in specific lenses. I hate it so much because there's so much I want to do. There's so much that I am not, besides doing, if I'm being honest. I have so much to share with myself and with people that are willing to to receive and understand, and not even understand me, like to receive what I have to say. So yeah, like a couple of weeks back, there was this video of DJ Speak Sam, right, where he was basically ranting about how he's tired of a piano and all of that. When I looked at that video, people like would look at that video and be like, nigga, why don't you just do these things yourself? But when I looked at that video, I was like, I never want to be that artist. Like, I never want to be an artist that stays in one place and celebrates one place in my life instead of looking and wanting to expand more. I will elaborate why I say that, because I feel like when it comes to the South African like hip-hop industry, you'd be giving with my inner thoughts. When it comes to like the South African industry, if I'm being honest, it is a crazy place, because you're crying saying that you're tired of Amapiano. One thing about Amapiano that I will be proud of is that from 2018, 2019, when they started getting in the scene and being the main, like mainstream, it was different to what is now. You get what I mean? That's the evolution. That's why it's continuing. With South African hip hop, I would say, let me say, the people that, I can't say the people that structure it, but I could say like the people that hold the keys to make it mainstream again, are stuck back in the time then when they were popular. It's crazy, and people said this on. I said it on Twitter. I would say you are stuck because the set that you're playing is sets of that time. There's so many catalogs of albums, and it's where that in South Africa we have the luck to be very diverse. So there's so many hip hop genres within hip-hop in South Africa. So for him to say that, it was indicated to me that, oh yeah, no, you feel like you feel entitled that you deserve that space, and I do not want to be that artist. Like, no, not at all. Like, I can't do that. Scary. And also, if I'm being honest, the only reason why South African hip-hop is not as mainstream as it used to be, it's because the people that are supposed to be promoting the artists want to they want to gatekeep, if I'm being honest, because if you look at it, you have DJs, you have producers, you have radio hosts or radio engineer producers that literally, there's like literally new artists of hip-hop blenders in South Africa. Cape Town, Johannesburg, Durban, Eastern Cape. There's so many different people, and what's so heartbreaking is that these same artists, at this point, I hate saying they're upcoming, because they're not upcoming. They're creating their communities, and they have a very huge and beautiful communities that they have built so far, and obviously there's more that's going to grow. But one thing about it is that if they were really tired of Amapiano and they want to revive South African hip-hop, this is what I would suggest. I would suggest them to stop speaking crazy about kids in WhatsApp groups. That's such a loser behavior. When I heard that, when I saw that on that tweet, I was like, that is such loser behavior. What do you mean you grown ass and you have a group where you're discussing kids about their talent? What? I was embarrassed. I was so embarrassed, because what? Another thing, okay, what I would do is basically, these kids already have their community. The only thing that you need to do is give them the platform. And for me, I even hate bringing the trick in this, but I feel like the only reason why, because he brought him, but I genuinely feel like the reason why that man passed away hanging out with kids is because these kids had fresh ideas to change the hip-hop industry, to change the fashion industry, the entertainment industry in South Africa. And he was literally there to hear them out and give them the platform. That's why like the one highlight of his departure was like take care of kids, because he understood there is so many creative kids out here trying to give people or kind of share with people their talent, but they don't have the platform to reach each and everyone. And the people that do have the platform to do that for them, they are literally exploiting them. And I'm not saying Kwamapiana, they are not being exploited, they are, you get what I mean? But the thing is, the only reason why it's still surviving and still standing on this day, there's a new person each 3 months, 2 months. Like there's a new artist every 2-3 months. You know, I get what I mean? They don't mind going out and meeting these kids and giving them the platform as much as they're going to steal from them, but they give them the platform. And sometimes also within the artists right to capitalize on that that attention that they got at that particular time. Another thing I'm gonna say, this is the diss I have for South African Cape Town, South African hip hop DJs, especially in Cape Town. Like, here's my thing. Let's say I'm working, right? Full month I'm working, and payday, I'm like, I'm gonna treat myself. I'm gonna go to the club, right? I go to the club. I was here last night, or a week before, or 2 weeks before, and you're playing the same set. Are you kidding me? Do better. Do fucking better. Because what do you mean? Are you gonna play the same shit that you played last week? And then it goes to me, what is the point of even going to the club when my playlist is fire? It doesn't make sense. So I have that. That's one thing that has been on my mind this last week, because I'm like, it's such a crazy thing to say you hate people and name and shame these people, but actually not realizing that you're actually calling yourself out. Because the only reason why South African hip hop is not where it is because you guys are recycling songs, one, of a period where you guys picked. It's time to change. No one is saying you're going to be forgotten, and I did not say these people didn't have impact. They had impact. They had impact, and they still have some impact on the South African industry, like in South African hip hop industry. But the thing is just that it got to their head without realizing that you could make so much money. Like now I think about it. I was thinking about it so much to a point where instead of you taking a camera and recording and dissing people, you could be making so much freaking revenue, but you're not doing that. Not are you? Just praying. Yeah. What else do I want to share? Yeah, that's it. So far, this is what I wanted to share today. I'll probably snap a big thing there or something that I want to share more. Yeah. Thank you for listening. Thank you for coming to my intro video. This video is crazy for an intro, but it wouldn't be this video too if it was not crazy now, would it? Exactly. It wouldn't be me if it was not like this. So yeah, this is me. I'm chaotic, guys. This is why I'm like, people can't reach me. Don't do that. Don't do that. And also, I'm an astrology vibe, so I will be referring to a lot of things, either whatever it is. And if you don't fuck with that, please, I am begging you for you to come, because it's going to be a cry for help from the inside, not from me. It has nothing to do with me, and the complaint that you have about me or my ear is not for me. You need to dissect that and understand that. Like, another thing that I wanted to share is that, like, it's so easy to stop being jealous of people. You just have to ask yourself, why do you feel that way? Why it makes you feel that way? Because that's what the same thing I do. If I feel like I want to criticize someone's fashion sense, outfit, attitude, I ask myself, whatever way they present in my face, I ask myself, why do I feel entitled to share my opinion? Why do I feel entitled to share even at all that I dislike this and this and this? You will get your answer. You will always get your answer as to, okay, maybe I'm being, it's because I don't do this for myself. It's just because I don't give myself enough faith to. So yeah, that's my advice. Like, whenever you feel like you're jealous of someone, don't go to that person. Ask yourself, why do I feel like that? Is this somewhere? Why do I feel like I need to let them know? Is this something that I need to do? I'm all about reflection. I reflect, so reflect at all times. So yeah, thank you so much for watching me ramble and talk talk and be all over the place again, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Yeah, I love you. Have a blessed year. You are loved, you are protected, and you are appreciated. And someone wants to hear you, be in your presence, and feel it. So walk in that grace.